I'm Jasmine Ellis. My investigation brings me to Okehampton Castle, built in the 14th century. The chamber room was used for tenants attending court. They would have had to waited here until their names was actually called out. Ascending up the steps, entering the Great Hall. This Great Hall was used for social and businesses. The Lord of the castle, when the courts were in session, the Lord would have sat at a high table along this wall, overlooking the people of the proceedings. In this room would have been barrels of drink for the servants to come in and fill up the glasses to take to the lords and maybe even their guests. From the Great Hall you had this covered corridor passage leading towards the kitchens. Stewards would have directed servants from the kitchens towards the Great Hall with food and drink. The kitchens had 2 cooking fires. This open fire was for using spit roasting poultry and meats. As for this open fire over this side, it was used for stews of the meats that was left over on the following day. Priest lodgings, small and narrow, provided accommodation for the chaplain and his family. They made 2 doors, entrances, one towards the Great Hall and the other door so they could walk straight out into the chapel. The priest would come out of his door and walk straight in to his chapel. In 1809, Napoleon war years, a young French naval officer, a surgeon, was captured and brought here. His name was A. Vincent. He had privileges that he could roam around for 1 mile as long as he made sure he was at the roll call. Once his name was called out, he could roam for a mile. That was his privilege. And he loved this place so much, he came here every day. A. Vincent, he left his mark. He loved this place so much. He carved his name in this wall and he put A. Vincent, man, prisoner of war. People have stated seeing a ghost dressed as a French sailor here in the chapel. Hopefully we may just get a glimpse of A. Vincent. Besides this, people have stated seeing a priest wandering around inside. Hopefully we may get a glimpse of the priest. here inside the Western lodgings. This place used to house guests of the lords. Apparently, people have stated seeing an old lady dressed in black. Also, people have stated seeing a lady dressed in white. She walks the grounds around here and also in here. She hums a song as she moves. But when she gets to here, apparently she disappears. So, maybe, just maybe, we get a glimpse of the White Lady. Lady Howard. She murdered 3 of her husbands out of the 4. Also murdered 2 of her children. And now she has to come here every night to cut 1 blade of grass. And then she disappears. She rides in a carriage drawn by a horse. Once she plucks the grass, they disappear. And she comes here every night, late at night. Hopefully we'll be able to get a glimpse of the horse, the carriage and Lady Howard. Standing under the archway of the gatehouse, this was the first line of defence against the enemy advancing forward. Any attack succeeded of getting through the gatehouse, they would have to run up this slope towards would be highly vulnerable by firing arrows down upon them from these walls, which they would meet surely their death, biggest part of the enemy. High above the bailey, which no battering ram could be used from the enemy. The keep. It was the last stand. Strongly built and a good defensive position. But really, matter of speaking, the keep wasn't really a good place for anybody to hold out for a long siege of a battle. The keep was not really an ideal place to hold out, even though the soldiers, servants and anybody else who was in here, they could hold out. But they couldn't hold out for long, because the water and the food, once that ran out, they would surrender. The enemy would only have to stay put down the bottom of the hill, surround, and once they knew the water, the food ran out, whoever was in this keep, they would have surrendered unconditionally. People have stated seeing a young boy over in the corner wearing rags. People have stated strange goings on. Some say laughter, some says crying, others say sounds of people in pain. So hopefully tonight we may, just may, have some sounds. Anyway, happy huntings everyone.